Nerves and nerve tracts. The nerve is a group of axons or dendrites of many neurons. So what is nerve? Nerve is nothing but the group of axons or dendrites. It may be the group of uh, dendroids, it may be the group of axons. So we know that what is axon, what is dendroids. So let's see, this is the, we know that this is the dendroids. All these are dendrites. Okay, this is the axon. We know that. Okay, this is the cell body. Okay, so if the combination of dendrites is shown in any place, so that place is known as nerve. Okay, and the combination of axons, group of axons are coming together, so we will call them a nerve. So what is the definition of nerve? Nerve is nothing but only one track. Not, this is the wrong thought we have, that every doctor will tell you that, like alternative doctors who studied alternative doctors, they tell that we will treat, we will treat the nerve, or the your nerve is damaged. Means what does it mean? It is not the single axon, single neuron. It is a single cell is neuron. Combination of dendrites, combination of axons are called nerves. And this is the things we have to understood. And the third thing is in the neurons, and it's also combination of blood vessels also and some connective tissue. So combination of connective tissue, combination of blood vessels, and combination of neurons and dendrites, all are together known as nerve. So this is the very important thing we have to understand. We have different types of nerves, means different types of combination of axons and dendrites. Some are called sensory nerves, some are called sensory nerves, and some are called motor nerves, and some are called mixed nerves. So what, how many types of nerves are there? Sensory nerves, motor nerves, and mixed nerves. So basically the sensory nerves, what is the use of sensory nerves? In the sensory nerves, there are the sensory neurons are there, means which take the sense outside the environment to the brain. Whatever may be the sense are there in your environment, it will take the sense through the through these nerves to the brain. Okay, so those nerves are called sensory nerves. And we have another nerve that is called motor nerves. What does mean motor nerves? Motor means the reaction after or any uh, autonomic function that is made. You have to make, it is not able to sense, but you have to make the function. So you have to make the function, you need some types of nerves. With the help of those nerves, you can able to do the function. So those types of nerves are known as motor nerves. And third type is mixed nerves. So there are some nerves which are mixed. There are there are some nerves, some sensory nerves. They are motors. Mixed nerves is nothing but they have both combination. Means they have sensory effect and as well as motor effect. Like we have peripheral nerves. Peripheral nerves, whatever the nerves which are spread throughout the body, most them have sensory and motor effect. And such sciatica nerve in the nerves are mixed nerves. Like we have sciatica nerve, we supply the what we call lower limbs from the lumbar region to the foot region. So this is the one nerve which supply the a nervous impulse to all lower limbs. So when you, this is the only nerve, both have both action. If it is damaged, you're unable to sense, unable to function. Okay, if I am touching to the lower limb, okay, lower limb means legs. If it is damaged, what will happen? Unable to sense. Okay, unable to sense the organ. Okay, so this is the mixed nerve, sciatica nerve. Okay, I hope you understood. Okay, about nerves. The term nerve tract. Next, another is term is nerve tract. Nerve tract means group of neurons within the central nervous system. All the neurons in a nerve tract are connected with either sensory or motor activity. These tracts are often referred to as white matter. The myelin sheath of the neuron give them white color. So basically, nerve tract means the group of. It is the nerve is outside the central nervous system mostly, but if you combine the neurons within the central nervous system, means brain or our spinal cord. So what do you call? You give the term is nerve tract. Okay. So either the track is connected to sensory activity, either the track is connected to motor activity. Okay. So this is nerve track. So basically the nerve track is also known as white matter. Basically, our brain, if you see the brain from outside, how it look like is this is the this is the example. Okay, so if you see this is a white matter and this is a gray matter. Okay, so white matter and gray matter. So basically the white matter is due to the myelin sheath. So the myelin sheath, the covering of the neuron or axon, okay, which gives white color. So we studied about myelin sheath in previous classes. So if you want to know, please watch that video again. Okay. So now we will talk about the nerve impulse. This is very important. So basically the nerve impulse is the functional capacity of the nerve, which is very important. Okay. Where without the nerve impulse, the nerve is uh, unfunctional. So impulse is the functional capacity of the nerve. Okay. So let's study about the nerve impulse. The events of an electrical nerve impulse are the same of those of the electrical impulse in muscle fibers. So basically the function which is occurred in the nerve to muscle. So it is really similar to the nerve to nerve contact. So it is the uh, uh, vocabulary or it is the language of the nerve, how the two nerves communicate each other. Two neurons, communicate to each other. Okay, so this is the communication way of nerve. Okay, so first is a neuron not carrying an impulse is in state of polarization. So basically, when the nerve is calm, it is not working. So what term we used in the medical language, that is polarization. Polarization means the nerve is calm and cool. It is negative form. It is in negative state. Okay. Next, what will happen with sodium ions? We studied here. We have the uh, how the uh, neurons communicate to each other. We have the bundle of sodium outside roaming. Okay, outside or on the membrane. Okay, sodium we have. So the sodium want to enter into the this area. So what? How will it will enter? We have one neurotransmitter. There are multiple transmitter. One of these neurotransmitter is acetylcholine. Okay, acetylcholine want when releases from the axon. Okay, this is the axon. This is the dendrite. Okay, so axon release the neurotransmitter. Axon releases the neurotransmitter. So the sodium is rather want to get in to in the dendroid. Okay, the acetylcholine bond with receptor. Okay, then the receptor opens. What will happen? Sodium enter. The sodium entered. Sodium enter. After that, this acetylcholine will we have to broke that sodium, sorry, acetylcholine. Because if we open this sodium channel, what will happen? Sodium enter into the dendrites or another neuron. So it will work, means it will always the impulse will go through on. What will happen? We have to close these doors, close this channel. The help which 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 close this channel, that is inactivator, that is cholinesterase. Cholinesterase will destroy this acetylcholine. Acetylcholine. Okay. So this is the basic concept of nerve impulse. So basically, it is the resting position, that is polarization. Okay. If after the entering of the sodium, the nerve will become depolarized. What will mean depolarized? Means the charges of the neuron will improve. Means the sodium enters, the negative charges will go and the positive charges will enter. Okay. As soon as depolarization takes place, the neuron membrane becomes very permeable to sodium ions, sodium potassium ions, which rush out the cell. These restore the positive charge outside and negative charge inside. And this is called repolarization. Again, what will happen? The potassium will want to go outside because we have more more potassium inside the cell and less potassium outside the cell. So higher center to lower center, it will easily go, but lower center to higher center, they need the energy. Okay, the sodium want to come in and potassium want to go out. So like this whole process will occur, that that again the depolarization will convert to repolarization. Repolarization means want to get in negative charge. Okay, so this is the uh, process, uh, de polarization to depolarization, depolarization to repolarization. So polarization and repolarization means same, but depolarization here is the positive charges which are present inside the cell of neuron or cell or neuron. Okay, so this is the one thing you have to understand. So this is the last class only we studied in detail in muscle function. Okay, now we completed the chapter brain. Okay, nerves, basic nerve tissues, everything. Okay, so now we will start the spinal cord. So this is the very important, because nowadays we have most of the problems, means in the 100 patients we have 70 to 80 cases having neuro problems, means neck pain, back pain, okay, and body pain, everything. So why this is happening? This is the complete other chapter we study in medicine. Okay, here we have to study the how the body function. First thing, and the second thing, what are the anatomical structures are present. Okay, so these are the important things we have to study in this chapter. So let's start with the spinal cord. The spinal cord transmit impulse to and form the brain and is the integrating enter for the spinal cord reflexes. Although this statement of function is very brief and sound very simple, the spinal cord is of the great importance to the nervous system and to the body as whole. So basically, the spinal cord is nothing but the continuation of the brain. Okay, and what are the things we have to take sudden action, in that the impulse will not, there is a need to travel to the brain. Okay, it will, the our spinal cord only take the action immediately. Okay, so that's the reason we have spinal cord. And another thing, The spinal cord is the continuation of the brain. Okay. So basically, the if if the damage of the brain will impact, what is the impact of the on the body? The same result, that if the spinal cord is damaged, our body has same impact. Okay. So that's the reason spinal cord is very, very important to our body. So let's study about spinal cord. Spinal cord enclosed with the vertebral canal and meningi. The spinal cord is well protected from mechanical injury. So spinal cord have the protection. Okay, protection. How the it protects? It protects from the it have protected from the vertebral canal and meningitis. You can see here that I think. Let's see in the so basically this is the spinal cord. This is the spinal cord. This is the brain. This is the spinal cord. So this is the continuation of the brain. Okay. So this is the vertebral columns. This is the vertebral canal. In that we have the three coverings. That is the meningi. So this vertebral canal or column will protect the spinal cord from mechanical injury. Whenever you fall, okay, whenever you have any trauma, any back accident, whatever may be that you will have protection. And meningi, the covering of the spinal cord, it will protect the entering of any pathogenesis, bacteria, virus, fungus, or anything that will which will harm the spinal cord. Okay. In length, the spinal cord extends from the foramen magnum of the occipital bone to the disc between the first and second lumbar vertebrae. So basically, it is started from foramen magnum. Where is the foramen magnum? Let's see the foramen magnum, and it is to the disc occipital bone of the disc between the first and second lumbar vertebrae. Okay, so it is L2 from foramen magnum to L2. So this is the length of the spinal cord. The cross section of the spinal cord is shown in figure. Okay. The internal gray matter is shaped like the letter H. Gray matter consists of cell bodies of motor neurons and interneurons. The external white matter is made up of myelinated axons and dendroids of interneurons. These nerve fibers are grouped into nerve tracts based on their functions. So basically, this is the our spinal cord. So this is the H. This H is nothing but gray matter. This is separate section. Okay, so this is white matter due to the myelin sheath. Okay, and in this H gray matter we have cell bodies. We have the cell bodies. This is a cell body now. This is the axon. This is the dendroids. Okay, in rough diagram. Okay, so in this we have the all the cell bodies are present. In that we have dendroids and neurons, axons. Okay, dendroids and axons. Ascending tracts such as dorsal column and carry sensory impulse to the descending tract, carry motor impulse away from the brain.